Here's the book that I'm working on. This side is all glued down, and this side is also glued, except for these few loose pages. And I've started gluing down my paper tubes. So the deal here is, let me see if I can get this so you can see it. I'm going to use these pages to do kind of a curl that reveals a little bit of this honeycomb stuff, and I'm probably going to come back and do a little beeswax work on this section. So this is how this is going together. Take each tube and kind of figure out where I need to cut it down. And whether or not I need to squeeze it at the bottom to fit in. So I want it to come to the edge but not hang over. Then take a little tacky glue and do just a bit around the bottom and some along the side. And tuck it in there. I'm generally doing this just a few at a time so that this doesn't knock it over. Once it's glued in place, it's not actually going to be pressing against the tubes. But like while I was putting all of these in place, I couldn't have these pages pressing against it because it would knock them over. So I'm sort of going back and forth trying to figure out about how much space I have to fill. I think I'm pretty full on this side. I might do one more. Let's go ahead and do that. Just do one that's that big. And while I'm doing this, I'm also making sure that the place where the paper roll ends is ending up tucked inside and glued against another one so that all my paper rolls are nice and clean and they don't have little scraps of paper hanging off. And I'm also clearing away the extra glue. Even though I'm going to do a little bit of beeswax on here, I still don't want glued rule showing. It makes it shiny. This needs to squish down a little. There. I'll be able to do one more. So, like I said a few videos ago, this takes way more rolled up paper than you would expect. So I'm probably going to have to do a few more rolls while I sit in front of the TV this evening. Yeah, I think that's good. Now I can fill this place right here the same way. While the other side is drying, so I can move on to the next couple of rows, I've started working on this other side, and it's basically the same thing. I'm just positioning the next tube and then trimming it down to the right size. Oh, a little bit more. And then applying glue along the edge of the paper and along the bottom and sticking it on there just like that. And I think I'm gonna angle this down a little bit so that it starts with one row up here and ends up with like 3 or 4 rows down here. But we'll see what happens. So that's what's going on at my house today.